your preferred partner for custom software development and technology outsourcing. We offer state-of-the-art customized software development services that are client-centric, flexible, and secure to empower businesses.
So it's great to be back after a year and a half. I really feel very good, and thank you for putting this together. Formula One, we're talking about IoT. This is IoT on steroids, right? There's many sensors and cameras that moving at 200 miles per hour. That's a tough one. So my name is Nelson Nahum. I'm CEO and co-founder of Zadara, and I want to talk about our partnership with Sauber team. Sauber is the team that has the Alfa Romeo brand in Formula One. And first of all,
hi Nelson, hi everybody. Thanks for coming today, and Nelson, thanks for having me in the session also today. It's great to be partnering with you on this great project with our Formula One team. Thank you very much for your support. Your contribution to the performance of the team is absolutely crucial today. Actually, we have more and more the need for managing data, as you probably know. You probably know, Nelson, but for the audience, that I just want to explain that there's the car is actually generating data during the entire weekend, every day, during test sessions, practice sessions, qualifying, and the race, of course. And all this data is not only being analyzed on track, but it's also being sent back to the factory, where we have a team of about 25 people permanently based there. So the technology that you're supporting us with is extremely important in that specific project, but also, that's what I said at the beginning, also helping us in the performance of the generally in the performance of the car and how we compete on a day-to-day basis. How we bring all this data home is basically through a bunch of sensors on the car. I can't remember exactly how many we have, because it varies from tests to races, but it's a lot of data, and we bring it home through the cloud technology, and we keep it to compare performance also from one season to another, one car to another, one setup to another. So it's extremely important to have access to all this information. As you know, performance is not just one element, so it's a contribution to the package. It's like, driver and car. You have to have a complete package, a good driver and a good car. And of course, all of the other elements need to add up to make up the best team possible. So Formula One is a huge technology platform. I always like to say that sending a rocket to the moon is probably once every month or every year, and for us we do exactly the same amount of efforts, but it's on almost every week, so it's 23 times a year. We have 500 people working to build, develop, and run these two cars every year. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So I hope that we can develop even further more our relationship, because this is going to be something extremely important for the future. And we hope to see you soon at the race, and please continue to support us. That's really important. Thank you very much, Nelson.
So this was Ian from the Alfa Romeo team. A little bit about Sauber Engineering is the company that owns the Alfa Romeo Formula One brand. The company is in Hinwil, Switzerland. They have been in Formula One for 25 years under different names, but Sauber was very popular and rebranded now Alfa Romeo Holland. They have a design center and a factory and a wind tunnel. This is one of the few teams that they have their own wind tunnel for use. They, as Ian said, they have almost every week a race. So there are 23 races per year. The season started the end of March and finished by end of December. A little bit about the project itself. The wind tunnel that you can see here, the picture, it's a critical component. The design people, they need to design every little piece of the car. The aerodynamic in Formula One is almost as important as the engine, or maybe more important. They have an HPC cluster in the design center where they have the designs, the results of the test in the wind tunnel. This need to be, the data need to be saved at very low latency because they cannot, as you can imagine, they cannot start a new test until they know that all the data is saved. They have a limited amount of hours that they can use the wind tunnel every month. So the faster that they can save the data, the lower latency, the better. And as you can imagine, this is very critical data in order to be able to design the next piece or the next version of the car. So what happened, we have a HPC cluster connected to an all-flash storage to be able to save the data as fast as possible. Everything is replicated between two data centers in the same campus to make sure that there is no power outage or anything like that that compromise the data. And also this data is backed up to a long-term archival because as Ian mentioned, they need to compare previous versions of previous years to be able to make it better. So all this need to happen while the tests are running in the wind tunnel, and as I say, this is very critical data as the amount of time that they have to run is very short. So this is one component of the solution that we provide. Is on the factory, on the design center, on the wind tunnel. But then there is the other component, and I will skip this one. The other component is the racetrack. So every 2 weeks, they go into a new race. The races are in different countries, in different cities in the world. The data generated by the cars, they have, I think, hundreds of sensors. Somebody told me that up to 3 years ago, they had only 1 or 2 cameras in the car. Now we have 20 cameras in the car. So it is impressive amount of data that need to be analyzed while the car is running in the race. So there is a racetrack component that need to be very close to the race and in the same place, basically. Again, an HPC cluster, again, this time with only flash, because what is important is to analyze the data in real time. Cars are generating many terabytes during the few hours. The racetrack is prepared the week before. So basically, 1 week before the race, they will start already putting the edge cloud capabilities, start doing the test, and make sure that all the data is analyzed. And all this data not only is analyzed locally at the race, but also need to be moved to the factory, okay, for further analysis later on. So that's the challenge. Imagine that you have every 2 weeks to move a full cloud from one location to location, and obviously this is mission critical. If it is not working, the car cannot run. So when they started working with us, one of the capabilities that they like it is that we provide the these cloud edge capabilities, the storage, compute, and so on, in almost in every city that they have races. Okay, so you can see here in the map our current footprint. We have more than 300 locations that we can have cloud infrastructure and be accessible for anybody, basically. And so the main idea of Zadara is to provide a cloud infrastructure at the edge. And imagine if you have Amazon Web Services, but instead of being in 1 or 2 locations in the United States, you can have in every city in the United States. And this is kind of our differentiation, and this is why the team wanted to partner with us. Obviously, they don't have the luxury to when they are in the race, to send all the data to the cross-country or cross-continent to Amazon Web Services and then analyze there. So they need basically the cloud close to the sensors, close to the cars. And this is what we provide. We are very excited in the partnership with them. And we are more excited in the possibility for us to improve the performance and work together in the future to see how this partnership shape up. It's not only a provider of cloud services, but we're working with them at the engineering level to see what innovations we can do on our side to make them more performant, let's say. So this was my presentation. I wanted to just share with you what we did together with Alfa Romeo. It has been a really fun project for us, as you can imagine. And we are very proud that we're doing this with them. Any questions?
So all the metrics that they're using, okay, and the fact that you're looking at the aerodynamics with the wind tunnel stuff, what's the first thing that is like requiring immediate attention? Is it tire? Is it engine heat? What are the things that they're most afraid of, that they see the urgency of having you be basically as close as possible to them?
Yeah, so they analyze a lot of stuff, and yes, the tires are the ones that are more popular in the TV, because obviously they need to know and strategize when to change the tires. But there are a lot of other stuff, including the weather, including if they see that raining will be coming and things like that. So as I mentioned, the car has 20 cameras, and the cameras are not for the TV. Maybe 1 or 2 cameras are for the TV. The rest of the cameras are to watch the particular components that are critical for the functioning of the car. So those are less visible in the TV, but those are as critical as the tires.
Okay, other questions? Okay, where are the fans? Okay, so there's been a long history in Formula One with a lot of diagnostics from the very beginning, like early days. So, just out of curiosity, are you replacing legacy systems and you're fresh, or are you having to adapt to the legacy in the car?
Adaptable what?
The old systems, right? The old telemetry stuff. How much interfacing are you having to do? How much custom work is it?
We provide additional services to them. For example, migration from older systems to the new ones, etc. We are not customizing our product specifically, but we are doing a lot of professional services around the cloud services that we provide. So, for example, we provide also monitoring, and we have the 24/7 people that are during the race monitoring all the systems for them.
Question for you. Okay, so CEO of Zadara, tell us a little more about your storage and compute platform, we know that Zadara is a storage and compute platform, but what's its differentiator? You mentioned that earlier, but how do you differentiate yourself from someone like AWS that provides a similar service, or just a pure play storage platform? What's unique about your product?
Thank you for the question. We provide a full cloud platform as a service, and these are located can be in the customer data center itself, like in the wind tunnel example that we send this to their data center itself, or can be at one of the edge locations. So the main differentiation that we provide is the fact that the data is at very low latency, and the cloud platform is at very low latency. Our compute infrastructure emulates AWS actually, and has the same APIs. It has the EC2 capability, VPC, security groups, and so on, to the point that somebody that's running an application on AWS can run with the same script an application in our compute cloud. But the main difference is that the compute cloud is very close to what the customer need to be, right, as opposed to long distance. And this is why many of the applications are IoT related, because of the latency, the bandwidth that they can get from the data source or the data destination.
Another quick question for you. So how does someone get trained on managing Zadara? I mean, who manages and operates the platform? Is it my responsibility as the customer, or do you manage the platform?
Yeah, the best way to contact Zadara is via the website. There is a portal that somebody can register and start deploying cloud capabilities. And all the infrastructure is managed by us. All the infrastructure is owned by us. Even in the case that the customer really need in the data center itself, we will ship all the equipment and software and everything, and everything will be remotely managed and monitored 24/7. So this is our equipment, our cloud at the edge.
Okay. So you're saying that if
I haven't seen Eric, have you?
Customer, you would deploy the storage platform in my location and manage it, and manage all the upkeep and firmware updates and all that stuff. So basically, you're saving the end user money by them not having to hire a storage architect or someone to manage the platform. Is that correct?
Correct. You don't need to pay for the capex for the storage or for the compute. We will ship all the infrastructure to your data center, and it will be remotely managed by us. All the firmware updates, all the management of failing parts or whatnot will be done by us. It is really same concept of cloud, but on-prem or at the edge, so very, very close to you.
Wow, it's pretty incredible. So basically, storage as a service,
And the payment is for the usage only.
So so utility-based storage as a service, on-prem or off-prem, or on your prem or on the end user's prem. That's pretty amazing.
Other questions? Okay, Nelson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. It was great to be here.